We would like to give the speech to Mr. Άδωνις Γεωργιάδης, and would like to ask you which are the key reforms that have been implemented recently in Greece that are changing the investment environment, that are attracting investment, Mr. Minister?
Since day one we were elected, our main task was to transform our country to a business-friendly country. We have done a lot of reforms, especially in the licensing procedure, that now it's one of the fastest in the world, in reducing bureaucracy, that I think we have already changed how our public sector is working more than ever, to digitalization of our public sector, and by voting laws that makes all the procedure much more simple. So if you come to Greece now, and you had last came 2.5 years ago, you will see a totally different business environment. We are not yet where we want to go. We have a lot of reforms in front, especially in the justicial system, which still is a big question. And in some other sectors that will have a big improvement, although, such as cadastre. But in an overall way, we can sure say that these 2 years were very important for the reforming of the country. And I'm more than happy that all these reforms have been already start producing results. Because just reforming for the reforms doesn't mean really anything. But when you do something and this has results, this is also very refreshing. Today, you know that we had the announcement from our National Statistic Bureau with the figures of the Greek economy, our performance in 2021, in the third quarter of 2021 and the 3 first overall of 2021. The figures are fantastic, and especially in the investment field, which is more my area. The third quarter of 2021 is the best of the last 10 years. And our GDP is almost just 1% less than 2019, which is almost a miracle if everybody's considered that 2020 was the pandemic breakthrough year. So we are implementing reforms, and the reforms are producing results. We have a lot of things in front to finish, but I think we have sent a clear message to all the investors that whatever problem you may have, because problems for sure will occur in an investment, you will find a government and a minister and other ministers, and of course the Prime Minister, that are here to help and find you solutions to the problems.
What Mr. Gomopoulos mentioned, there is this new generation EU fund that we also hear on the previous panel of its importance to finance the Greek economy. There are the Greek investment incentives law, the framework for strategic investment. How all these policies and other policies that you have implemented would assist and support private investment in Greece?
It's a good day to pose me a question like that, because today, for the first time in our recent history, in EU Commission statistics, we took the first seat beyond all member states of the European Union in absorbing European funds. This was not always the case in Greece. I'm sure you remember that we had always the fear that the period would expire and we would lose money. For the first time, we are so much in front of everybody else. When we took the government, we were in the 19th seat, and from today we're in the first seat. And I'm mentioning that just to show that if you work in the proper way, in a professional way, there's nothing that you cannot do. It is a very big challenge for the country to absorb at the same time the new European funding and the RRF. I don't want to say that it will be an easy task, but I think we have proceeded to a very concrete plan for Greece 2.0, with a lot of reforms and a lot of big investments and tools that the businesses could use in order to fund their projects. And at the same time, we are the first country in the European Union that had the approval of EU Commission for the new period of 21-27 in the ordinary European funds. So we are ready to, here to help businessmen to find ways to make their dreams be possible in Greece. I'm not always saying that it's easy. Mr. Gomopoulos and I have met each other many, many times during this period to solve problems. In business, as you know, problems will occur because that's how life is. But for the first time, I think, in our history, Mr. Gomopoulos knows that he will have a government that will come to interfere to his advantage in order for him to finish his job and fulfill his promises to his shareholders and to the people that he has given promises. And the same I can say it from Alexis' side, because I have to say and close with that. One of the good things of this government, which I'm very proud of, is that we can work together with the same language, with the same spirit, and with Kyriakos Mitsotakis' vision at the end to deliver. Because speeches and words are good, but at the end you have to have a result. And we are focusing in the result.
Excellent. And congratulations for this success of reaching out first and tapping the money, the European Union money first. Back to Minister, we've heard that there are a lot of reforms that have been implemented. There are a lot of new laws that have been enacted and other framework to support investments. Definitely Greece is very attractive for certain type of investment, for instance, like tourism. But I would like to hear, what other policies you may implement so that you further support industries where Greeks may be a bit behind, for instance, production infrastructure, logistics, perhaps service-based technology, etc.
First of all, these 2 years, we have managed to attract foreign direct investments from especially the United States of America. And I want to thank the American Hellenic Chamber of Commerce, because we have an excellent cooperation. And in many of these success stories, we were together. I will just mention Pfizer, the digital part of Pfizer, Cisco, Deloitte, Microsoft, Digital Realty, now Amazon, and various others that they came to Greece just these 2 years. And all these companies for 2 years period, I think it's a good story to tell. Our appetite, of course, is huge, but this is a good start. And all these investments didn't come by luck. They came after a big effort the government is doing, and by changing our legislation, as I was telling before, and by implementing incentives, and by simplifying all the procedures. So, yes, we are not just a tourist country. I have nothing against tourism. I love tourism. It's a very good industry for my country, and all the visitors that are coming are more than welcome. Today, we had another big success. This is a good day for our economy. Taipei finished a tender for Gournes, which was a big field of the ex-American base of Crete, nearby a location that Heinz is investing. Heinz also made a big investment in Crete, beyond others. And the tender finished with a huge amount of money, much more than we expected, more than 40 million euro for this property of the state in Crete that will attract an investment more than 500 million. So we like tourism, but we're not just only for tourism here. In the logistics area, I think we have done a big improvement, and there is also an American big investment in the logistics area in Attica that is, as we speak now, is in the licensing procedure. It will be over 300 million from HIG. And in the manufacturing, and I will finish with that, I think all the PMI indicator shows that the improvement is big. Today we had the second committee of the national industry policy of Greece. We have established a committee with all the ministries that are involved and all the people of the market that we're going to implement the policies we will decide. So we're deciding together the national industrial policy of Greece, because yes, we want to, and it is a bet for the Prime Minister and for me. We're in a phase that big industries are searching to take some of their manufacturing lines from Asia and get it back to the West and to Europe and to the United States for various reasons. I don't want to take more time. I think in this flu, Greece can take a part, a share, and we're working for that.
Excellent. So there will be another question. So I'm waiting for the other good news of the day for the last question that you.
This was Hournes. Hournes is
exactly.
See,
you have two good news today.
Where I'll start. We had EU Commission and we had Hournes at the same day. What else can we do, my friend, dear President?
Excellent.